two massive bleeds. 6 pints of blood the first time, luckily in hospital. Were you in hospital for the second time it happened?
That happened while I was at a friend's house.
And I'm not sure, that's obviously come out of your bottom, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can... I mean, that must terrify you.
It did when I saw the toilet fill up, yeah.
You ever heard of this before?
Actually, bleeding from the back passage is not all that uncommon.
But 6 pints of blood?
That's what's very uncommon with Paul's case. And the other thing that's really unusual with your case is the length of time between the two.
Yeah.
So usually if it were, say, inflammation of the bowel or something like that, then that would be a thing that was almost constant. And if not constant, it would come in flares that lasted a few days or so, rather than one incident that then
And if
is
you have something like that, the
catastrophic.
first thing you think of is cancer, right? That's what most people would think of, would they not? You'd be terrified of...
I didn't know what it was.
Were you scared, though?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
think,
terrified,
my God,
yeah.
what's happening? My body's giving up on me.
I mean, the first time it happened, I was 27. So the second time it happened, I didn't think I was going to make it out at all.
We do see this. There are occasions where we see this with, for example, where you have a bleed from the stomach, if you have a bleed from the lower bowel. What was interesting, though, from what you said to me, Paul, is the fact that you had all these tests done and everything at the time was completely normal. Yeah. So you were unfortunate enough to have both a camera down and a camera up at the same time.
They found that, but that's not normal. How can they not find anything? Or am I missing the point?
I think what the point is that it's not one of these common things that we see very commonly. And what I actually wonder is whether or not there's a particular part of your bowel where the blood supply isn't so normal. So if it's slightly abnormal, and then that bit of bowel and the blood vessel itself can become quite delicate, it makes it more likely to bleed. Occasionally in these instances we do see catastrophic bleeds. It heals up very, very quickly, such to the point that by the time we get the camera down, even if it's only a few hours later, it's not there.
But people watching this, that sounds dangerous. That sounds scary. Is it dangerous? It must be to lose that much blood.
It's absolutely. It's not dangerous to lose that much blood. So if you were unfortunate enough to have not got to hospital in time, having lost that much blood, then of course that could be fatal.
I was 19 months old, and they thought